all the time. That when they do finally arrive, you know, they're entered. Like one of the things that they have to deal with is working with acceptance, because they can't just march on the earth scene. People have to invite them here, and they will be invited here. I mean, I was reading in this article from Iran. They're praying every day for the arrival of their Messiah, and so they're inviting this Maitreya to come to earth. And so, you know, Satan has to work in the same limitations that God works in, because of mankind's free will. God does not force himself on anyone, and neither can Satan. Satan can tempt you, but he can't force his will on you. And so you'll see that come to play in the last days events. They can't come until they're invited. And that's why they need so many gullible in the New Age movement to think they're friendly and invite them here to come to Earth to implement a new economic system here. You know, humans have been living here for thousands of years. Why do we need aliens that can't even keep their own planets organized in space to come to Earth and organize ours? They're all so gullible. They're so gullible. They all just fall with this universal love thing. You know, there is no universal love without judgment. It's a fallacy. You know, all you hear about them say is, oh, you're judgmental, and the God I believe in isn't a God that judges. And obviously the God they believe in is a fairy tale, because God most certainly does judge. And without, you know, you can't have love without judgment, because, you know, what are you going to do? Love someone who rapes your child and kills them to death? You're going to love that person, or you want to see justice on that person, you know? And if God's a God of love, which one is he going to, you know, how can you tell the person whose child was just raped and killed that he loves them, and then let the person who did it go, and just, oh, I love you too, go on and do your own thing, let your karma work itself out? You know, this is a Disneyland scenario that the New Age movement's trying to put together under this Sananda and Maitreya, and this whole universal love crap, where no one's held accountable for their actions. You know, if you're having all love, there's no judgment, there's no accountability. No one's accountable for their actions. Sherry, I am here in British Columbia, eagerly awaiting your live show. Have they sabotaged you again? All there is dead air. Regards, Richard. You should be able to get me. I'm broadcasting live. It's going out. I was off a little bit earlier today, folks. There's a bad storm coming in, and so I had to turn off the computer for a while. It's still kind of going over. But I just couldn't have it on all night like usual, all day, running the programs. Again, you can send questions to SherryTalkRadio at yahoo.com. Try to go through some of these questions now. Okay, so some of these are just, when you send a quick question for the show, write it out as a quick question for the show. Not 5 or 6 paragraphs. I won't read those till after the show. Alright, you guys, you know, people send me these questions all the time. Check my name in the Bible codes, and you know what? I don't have 40 to 60 hours. The Bible codes doesn't just spit out an answer and you plug in a question. It takes thousands and thousands of words to analyze. And so I'm not going to do that for individual people. I don't do that. Okay, this question about black beams. First I was brought to my attention. I haven't even seen them here in Ohio. I don't have chemtrails where I'm at, but when I'm out driving around and I see them, I've never seen any of these black beams that other people are talking about. And I took a couple of pictures. I'm posting them on one of my websites, probably at chemtrailagenda.com. But some of these pictures are showing that alongside a chemtrail, or even below it, is a black beam. And so people have been out taking pictures of these black beams and asking me, what are these black beams? And so someone sent me some research that they found on what these black beams are. And I'm going to read some of it. It's found at a Harvard education website. And it's called black beam interferometry. and it was developed for inspection of glass substrates and LCD manufacturing. In order to achieve a detailed description and classification of defects and other features on the surface under inspection. It goes on. But what it sounds like it does is it analyzes. It's a beam that can analyze any kind of defects or inspect what's going on the surface of it. It's what I think they're doing, and what they might be doing is trying to, and that's why I wanted to know exactly where these black beams were, because if they're in areas we have orgone in, then maybe they're trying to figure out why they're spraying these chemtrail clouds and then they're disappearing. Or putting them in areas where they can't get chemtrail clouds to stay, and then trying to figure out why. Because I saw the word forensics, the first time I've ever seen it, in the Bible codes, just last week when I was going through them on a different code. I've never seen the word forensics, but it was in regards to the orgone, because they're going to start tracking down the problem they're having with this trillion-dollar technology with chemtrails. And it's all going to come down to a middle-aged woman in Ohio eventually. But for now, they're trying to figure out what's going on with their chemtrail program. And so maybe this black beam technology is what they're trying to use. They're trying to go about it a scientific way and figure out what's causing the failure of this chemtrail program. And of course, it's not a complete failure, because so many people are still getting chemtrails spewed over their heads because they won't just make some orgone or buy some and throw it out in their yard and throw it around their neighborhood so the chemtrails won't stick. People that, every month more and more people are getting involved, and not just getting their yard, but their whole neighborhood, their whole town, so that they're covered and protected. Email from a reader. You are a 5x5 here in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Go girl. I don't know what a 5x5 here is, but I've been to Fayetteville. Fayetteville, Arkansas. I'll tell you what, we've done a lot of work up there in northwest Arkansas. A lot of work to protect those people up there, and I have a feeling it's going to be a safe haven of some kind for the Lord's people to go to in the last days, because of the amount of work that He's had us do up there, and more people getting involved up that way as well, in helping to get areas of northwest Arkansas that we haven't gotten to yet. Another question from a reader. You ever heard of DMT? Dimethyltryptamine? The substance Satan found out it was one of my tricks to know. I don't have time to read R.J. Hannigan. Okay, somebody send me a brief, send me the Wikipedia link, and just tell me what it is, because I'm in the middle of a show and I don't want to have to go research what it is. So just if you're listening to the show, send me a brief description on what it is. That tryptamine, though, I know that last part because it sounds familiar. It's some kind of mind control, memory suppressant drug that they use, that they give to people to suppress their memories. And so I don't know if it's just the methyltryptamine, but the tryptamine at the end sounds very familiar. Okay. I don't have time to read all of this.